Hi there. Thanks for joining me for another edition of Planning Priorities. I'm Peter Lynch, an associate with Henssler Financial. Market turbulence in 2020 may have wreaked havoc on your investment goals for the year. It probably also highlighted the importance of reviewing your investment portfolio to determine whether adjustments are needed to keep it on track. Now's the perfect time to take on these 5 year-end investment tasks. First, let's start with evaluating your investment portfolio. To identify potential changes to your investment strategy, consider the following questions when reviewing your portfolio. How did your investments perform during the year? Did they outperform or underperform your expectations? What factor or factors caused your portfolio to perform the way it did? Were there any consistencies compared to past performance? Does money need to be redirected in order to pursue short-term and long-term goals? Is your portfolio adequately diversified? And does your existing asset allocation still make sense? Second, take stock of your emergency fund. When you are confronted with an unexpected expense or loss of income, your emergency fund can serve as a financial safety net and help prevent you from withdrawing from your investment accounts or being forced to pause your contributions. When the country literally shut down in March, many people realized they really ought to have an emergency fund. If you haven't established a cash reserve, or if the one you have is inadequate, consider building up your cash reserves. A good way to fund your account is to earmark a percentage of your paycheck each pay period. You could also save more by reducing your discretionary spending or directing investment earnings to your emergency account. My personal favorite piece of advice is to consider rebalancing. A year-end review of your overall portfolio can help you determine whether your asset allocation is balanced and in line with your time horizon and goals. If one type of investment performed well during the year, say your technology stocks, it could represent a greater percentage of your portfolio than you initially wanted. As a result, you might consider selling some of it and using the money to buy other types of investments to rebalance your portfolio. The process of rebalancing typically involves buying and selling securities to restore your portfolio to your targeted asset allocation based on your risk tolerance, investment objectives, and time frame. Of course, this could result in a tax liability, so be aware of that. Remember that asset allocation and diversification do not guarantee a profit or protect against loss. These are methods to help manage your investment risk. All investing involves risk, including the possibility of loss of principal, and there is no guarantee that any investment strategy will be successful. Remember the taxable gains you had when you rebalanced? Now use losses to help offset gains. If you have taxable investments that have lost money and that you want to sell for strategic reasons, consider selling shares before the year end to recognize a tax loss on your return. When attempting to realize a tax loss, remember the wash sale rule, which applies when you sell a security at a loss and repurchase the same security within 30 days of that sale. Do this and your loss is disallowed for tax purposes. And finally, set goals for the new year. After your year-end investment review, you might resolve to increase contributions to an IRA, an employee-sponsored retirement plan, or a college fund in 2021. With a fresh perspective on where you stand, you may be able to make choices next year that could potentially benefit your investment portfolio over the long term. Ultimately, this is one of the best opportunities we will ever have to make adjustments or reconsider your investment goals. If you have questions regarding how to keep your investment portfolio on track, give me a call at Henssler Financial. I will be happy to assist you. Thanks for watching this edition of Planning Priorities. I'm Peter Lynch.